Someone that sits home on their fat ass and does nothing all day can do this. And it's not a big deal, but I'm going to show you what we're going to do. I pre-cut, as you see, I got the same shirt on. It's because it's Chicago. It's the same shirt that I got on, and you know, wait till you see that episode, Laundry with an Asshole. That's coming up next. Anyways, what we do is we got a skillet here. We're going to put a little bit of olive oil. I pre-measured this out, as you can see. I'm measuring it out. I'm measuring it out. This is simple stuff. Any dumb, stupid woman can figure this out. I come home from a hard day's work, and I got to make dinner as usual. Then I got this. I cut this up. This is pork. This has been marinating for 10 days in here. 10 days. This shit is so soft you could. It's almost like frickin' putty. All right. All right. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put this in here. It's pretty simple. I just dump that in there. Like that. See. You take the paper, and what do, folks? We throw it in the sink. Because that's what the women are for. They clean up the mess when we're done. Shake it up. Take that with a very sharp knife. This is my favorite knife. I work on this knife. This is the best knife in the world. And as you can see right there, I got it sitting in there. And how can we forget Weber? Oh yeah, Weber. This stuff, like I said, I eat this on my cereal at night. Oh, in the morning. So you sprinkle a little bit of that shit on, right? And you come over here, and you got this. I like to use that virgin oil, you know, kind of like when you met your wife, she was a virgin. Yeah, right. Anyways, you come over here and you come over here to the front burner, and you put it on high, and leave it like that. Now, you know what's the funny thing? At the same time, I'm gonna make tomorrow's dinner, and oh boy, you know they'll tell you that it's so hard making dinner, and they'll whine. You know, I gotta make dinner, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do the laundry. I was so busy today. Yeah. I'm going to make a fancy thing real quick, a broccoli cheese soup. Look at this is how fancy it is. You take this, you cut it, you pour it in. Wow, this is hard stuff, huh? Whoa, look at that. Oh, I'm working so hard today. And then you take 8 cups of water and you pour it in the crock pot, right? Look at that, 8 cups. Oh, my day's done. My day's done. So then you throw that in the sink for the wife to do something. Take the sharp knife, you clean, you keep stirring, you keep stirring. At this point, you got tomorrow's dinner almost done. Whoa! Oh, this is so hard! Oh! What would I do without you, woman? What would I do? Cover it up, you put it in the refrigerator, you plug it in, you're done tomorrow. At this point, I'm done with tomorrow's dinner, basically. I got that meat frying, ready to go. I mean, this is too easy. So then you sit back, you relax, and you have a shot and a beer, like I normally do. Oh. Now, let this fry up. Let this get this really going, and then I'll show you the next step to the meal. All right, here we are. I'm back. I'm getting this pork all ready, and I'm frying it up, taking care of things, and like a man having a beer and just relaxing and, you know, just making sure everything's going good. At this point, it's pretty simple shit. You take the dirty rice mix. That's what I like, New Orleans dirty rice mix. And folks, what do we do with the box? We throw it in the sink. Because that's what the woman has to do. Right? I take this shit right here, and you sprinkle it in. Look at me sprinkle it in here. Sprinkle it in. Sprinkle it in. Sprinkle it in. And folks, what do we do with this stuff? We throw it in the sink. Because that wife has to do. Alright. Then I take 2 cups of water and I pour this shit in here. Pretty simple stuff. Any person can figure this out. Even my wife can figure this shit out. You know, even my wife can figure this shit out.
Did you fry that chicken?
What's that?
Did you fry the chicken? Is dinner ready?
It ain't chicken, it's pork! God darn it! Just sit your pie hole down and just relax. I'm making dinner! This is the kind of stuff that I gotta put up with, right? And is the feed bag ready is basically what she's saying. Is the feed bag ready? So now what you do is you take this stuff and you just mix it up slowly, slowly. Mix it up, put it in there. And we want to crank it on high. Because that's That's my normal thing. Crank it. At this time, we need that to simmer for 25 minutes. The dirty rice and everything in there. I want to say one point here. I want to say one thing. I read the instructions very carefully on this box. And it says here, this is a good one. It says, reduce heat, stir, cover, and simmer over low heat for 25 minutes. I got to let it sit for 25 minutes. But this is the interesting point. It says, remove from heat, let stand, fluff, and serve. Kind of like when you first met your wife and serve it. You know, it's insane, the shit that I've had to put up with all through my life. I work a hard day's work. I come home at night. You think dinner would be ready, but it's not ready. Like I said, you take this and you throw it in the sink, liver, take care of that shit. I'm halfway through the meal. I'm going to let it simmer for 25 minutes. And you know what I got to do? I got to simmer for 25 minutes. So I take another shot, another beer. And if the wife don't like it, it don't matter if she don't like it or not, because I work all day, I come home, and there ain't no dinner. I mean, what part don't anybody get? All right, so I have a shot of booze, and I have another drink of beer, you know. Give it 25 minutes, and I'll show you how. All right. Now I got the meal. It's been simmering for 25 minutes. As you can see, you got the pork and the rice, and everything's ready right there. You come up to the cabinet over here, and you want to get the dishes out. You want to make it fancy. You want to make everybody happy, right? So you come up here, and there's 4 of us right tonight. Come up here, and this is real hard stuff. You can see I'm worried about the china. You come over here, and you got the rice. Look at the rice and the beef and everything. I use a fancy scoop. Look at that. Look at that shit on. Layer that shit on. Look at that. Layer that shit on. I think Kim's going to have some. Right, Kim?
I don't bet.
Shut up, Kim. Typical woman. Alright, so then you put that on like that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the way I layer that in there. Look at the way I layer that. I'm like a rock star. Huh? I'm like a rock star. Usually at this point, the wife is doing nothing but playing solitaire. Get there. Right, so then you take the pot, pans, and everything, throw in a sink. That's for them to do. Now this is what we call sweet and sour sauce. Son Luck. You can only get that. You can only get this at a certain place. Special K. And you take this and you look at that. Look at the way I layer that on. Look at the way I layer it on. I make milkshakes out of this shit, alright? I make milkshakes out of sweet and sour sauce. Look at that. Layer it on. Sweet and sour milkshakes. At this point, I'm almost done with the meal. I cap that up. The only thing left is the salad. I crack a beer. I've been working hard. I come home from a hard day's work. I got a lot of pressure on my mind. I never know if you're going to have a job or not. And at this time, it's time for another shot. Take a drink of beer. Alright, you come here to the salad. Pretty easy stuff. This shit's in a bag. Alright, you make the shit in a bag. Dump that out there. Dump that out there. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy. Dump that out there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the way I do that shit. Huh? Pour that on there. Scoop that out. Look at that. You know, any fat, ugly woman can figure that out. You know. You take the dishes, throw it in the sink. Because at this point, it's not my problem. I don't even want nothing to do with it. There you go. You got sweet and sour pork with some lettuce, and you don't have to kiss no one's ass. You made your own dinner. You're a man. You don't have to depend on any woman. You know, life is simple. And like I said, at this point, really, what do we need a woman for? And obviously not to make a dinner. Obviously. Because it's a simple thing. And look forward to cooking with an asshole number 3.